Hey there, mudroomers! It's Carmen here again. I am one of the designers at Mako, and I just wanted to make a quick little video talking about our monthly product feature for this month. This month we're featuring our Magic Metallics here. So I'm going to go ahead and go over a little bit about the product and then also do a little tutorial showcasing how they work, because they are really unique kind of product. So our Magic Metallics are water-based acrylics that contain actual metal fragments. So when you are applying this oxidizing spray on it, you're actually creating an oxidized reaction to the metals that are in the product. Most other, like an acrylic gold or an acrylic silver, these are not going to produce the same effects because although they do appear metallic, they don't actually have real fragments of metal in the product. One example would be the fact that all of 4 of these bases, the metallic bases, they would eventually oxidize over time because they have the real metal in them, but these oxidizing sprays actually just speed up that process, which is really unique and special to this product. So you'll get a real rust and patina feel with these products. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some product to this because it does take about 10 or 20 minutes for the product to actually oxidize once you spray it on. So I wanted to have that happen kind of while I go over the products here. Here I have the gold metallic and the steel metallic applied to a bisque tile that has a black acrylic paint on it. So I just used our softies here and did a base coat. The black is really nice because it creates a contrast and a little bit of depth with the product. So I'm going to apply a second coat to this and then just one coat to this so that you guys can see kind of the difference of the finish depending on your application. So I've got one coat here, it's all dry. With the steel you can actually feel the texture from those metal fragments in there. So here I'll apply a second coat to the steel. And then now I'll apply the second coat to the gold. And this, as you can see, makes the metallic base be totally opaque, so you're going to get a really solid rust and patina from these. So here you can actually even see kind of the texture on the steel metallic, which is this one on the right here. Those are actually the metal fragments in the paint. So I'm going to set that guy down, and then we'll just do the one coat of each on the second tile so you can see it in action. And then the gold, so here, so you can kind of see the difference in opacities with the 2 of these here. So you can kind of see the brush strokes here and you see the gold there. And we're gonna go straight to applying these oxidizing sprays, since you want to apply it while the product is still wet to help it oxidize a little bit better. And then as the products are drying, that is going to be when the oxidizing actually happens. So I'm just going to kind of set these out of the way while I'm spraying the other one, or I guess I can just lay these this way. Here, I'll do this one. So we'll do the gold first, and I'll just kind of cover the steel. So the reason I'm covering it is because I have 2 different finishes here. I have a green patina and a rapid rust. The patina works with the copper, bronze, and metallic to create the typical green patina effect. So this guy here, that's what the patina looks like. And then the rust works with the steel metallic. So if you want the red rust look like we have here, you can see on the board in the background, that's going to use the steel and the rust. The other three you'll want to use the patina with. So here we'll get a piece of paper. And the patina is what I'm going to do first. So I'm just gonna kind of loosely cover this. I'm not super worried about it being perfect, but just kind of as a general thing. So I'll just shake it up, make sure we're spritzing okay. All right, and so as I'm spraying, I'll want to kind of move the spritzer to make sure I have an even application, because otherwise you're going to kind of have a donut shape from the way that it spritzes out of the cap. So I've sprayed the green patina here on our gold, and then next I'm just going to turn this around and we'll do the rapid rust on the steel. So here we've got our rapid rust. I'll make sure it's spritzing and spritz away. And you don't have to necessarily spritz with these. You can apply these oxidizing sprays with a brush. You could take a paintbrush and brush maybe words with the oxidizing spray, so you have a gold background with patina words on it. You could do something like that. You could also use a sponge to do it. So that'll just kind of affect the finish. So depending on what kind of look you're going for, that you can adjust your application accordingly. So to continue talking about Magic Metallics, you can apply it to any craft surface that you would apply acrylic paints to. So if you want, like we have it on wood here, we've got it on bisque. Here you could apply it to like a basket or something like that, or any sort of outdoor thing you might want to use. Really anything is fair game as long as you can get acrylics to stick to it. And then also to kind of go through the process a little bit more, so you'll have your craft surface that you want to apply it to. If that surface is porous, it's really helpful to apply the acrylic paint to it, because even, let's say you even put a sealer on the top to stop the oxidizing, if you didn't put an acrylic underneath and it has a porous surface, it could still oxidize from the bottom. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And you do want to add a sealer to these if you like the way it looks. So this has had a matte sealer applied to it, and that's just going to stop the oxidation process from continuing. Over time it would continue to oxidize and change, which is pretty cool actually. So if you're into that, you don't necessarily need to have a matte sealer, but if you did achieve a look that you are really interested in and you really liked, then applying a matte sealer would be good to seal that in. So I'm going to set these off to the side here and then kind of get these out of the way while I talk about some samples that we have made here. So as you can see, they're already starting to oxidize as they're drying. The gold is kind of turning a little funky. It does look like it's on a little thick there, so we'll dab that up by the end. And then same with this guy. This one's going a little bit faster. You can see some of the spritzer marks, so it wasn't covered entirely, which is a really cool effect. So we'll check in on those again here in a bit. So here I have a sample that might explain kind of how the products work a little bit better. It is kind of a really unique process, so I just want to make sure everyone's clear on it. So here we have our ceramic tile base coated with our acrylic black softy, and here we've applied each one of our metallic bases. So we've got the copper, the dark bronze, and the gold. These are going to be what you use with the patina finish. and then the steel is going to be what you use with the rust finish. So here we've got 1 coat, 2 coats of them just by themselves, and then here they are with the spritzer, the oxidation spritz applied. And so this has been sealed. This is all going to stay like this. This is an excellent sample that one of our designers, Bob, did for us. He's so awesome for doing that. And so here we have a couple of fun different kind of techniques that you can do. So beyond just using a brush or sponge or the spritzer to apply the oxidizing spray, you could actually use other textured things. So here we'll go over what this is. This we have, it's bubble wrap that was used to create the texture. You take the bubble wrap, lay it flat, use a sponge to apply any of the 3 that will go patina, so the copper, dark bronze, or gold you'll apply here. This one had the copper. So you use that bubble wrap to stamp the tile to create this awesome design, and then spritz it with the spritzer, and you have this awesome cool texture going on here. And then we have this sample right here, which is kind of cool, contrasting a little bit of both. So here we have the gold applied to the side, and then on the bubble wrap we had the steel, which is why you have the rust here. So it was a gold on a base, you apply the steel here to create the contrast, and then you would spritz accordingly there. So that kind of goes over the basic use of our Magic Metallic products. Again, if that wasn't clear, please do not put these in the kiln. They are non-fired product. As you can see here, everything's happening outside of a kiln. We do not need to include it. It's all just basic craft surface. It's not limited to ceramics, so you can really expand your products here. As you can see here, these guys are still kind of working, but they've definitely changed a lot since I applied it. Here we've got the 1 coat. You can see the base through it a little bit more, have a little bit streakier depth there, and I really love right here where the variation occurs from the spritzer cap. I think that's a really cool effect. So there's 1 coat, and then here we have 2 coats that's a little bit more opaque. I don't know if you can see both of them at the same time. So these are just going to continue to work. I'm just going to leave these here, and you know, over time, maybe an hour or something, once they're completely dry, then this will be rusted and this will be patinaed. You can see the patina's working a little bit faster than the rust, but eventually this surface will look just like this rust here. So I hope that this video was helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in today to learn more about this month's product focus. If you have any questions, please definitely leave them in the comments. I would love to answer them and make sure that this product can work for you. So thanks so much for tuning in again, guys, and yeah, take care.